Hey guys, welcome to your leader training. I'm glad you're watching this. Good job. Make sure to watch to the end because I'm going to have a little incentive for you, okay? So, the first thing I want to do is I want to explain to you what we're talking about this week. We're talking about Zacchaeus, and he's the little man who climbed up in a tree to see Jesus. And the kids have heard this song a million times. Or this story a million times. They've probably even heard this song. Zacchaeus was a wee little man was he. And but it's not what they've always heard that we're focusing on today. We're focusing on giving and how to give yourself away to help heal the world. The world is broken. We've talked about it a couple weeks ago. Life's not fair. And there's sin in the world, and we need to help and restore that. Jesus came to bring forgiveness, and we get to help in that process by giving to others and helping heal this world. So we're talking about going today and helping to heal the world. So Zacchaeus, that is found in that story. Where is that story found? Zacchaeus is found in Luke 19. So make sure to read Luke 19 before you come on Sunday so you're well versed in the story and you know exactly what's going on. So K through 2 activities. The first K through 2 activity we have, and it's the same with 3 through 6, is we're talking about giving. And we have these Ziploc bags that are what you put $25 in, and you come return them on Sunday. We'll hand them out this Sunday, and you come return them the following Sunday or the week after, the 14th or the 21st. And it sponsors a kid to play soccer in Mazatlan, Mexico. The 33% of the people who live in Mazatlan make under $2 a day. That's not enough to feed your family. So what we're doing is we're helping this family. We're sending them to a Bible soccer camp where they get to learn about Jesus. They get a soccer ball, they get some food, and they get a t-shirt. And it's really going to be a huge blessing to those kids down there. So we want to help our kids make money so that they can give it to kids in Mazatlan. The other thing we're doing is we have backpacks, and there's a list of food that you can put in them. Did you know that 60% of the kids in Bremerton are on federal lunch programs, which means that the state sponsors them lunch, which is totally cool. The only problem with that would be on the weekends when they're not at school, they don't get to eat. So they don't eat on the weekends, and our kids, I'm sure, don't even know what it feels like to be that hungry, to understand that you can't have food because there's no money for it. So we're going to fill those backpacks up with food and give it to the kids in Bremerton. So each of these costs about $25, and we don't want parents to give money to their kids. That's something we're trying to stay far, far away from. So no giving money to the kids. We want them to raise money. So what can they give up for Christmas? Is there a toy that they could go without? Is there some chores that they could do around the house? Is there selling lemonade? Whatever it is, however they can make money, babysitting a younger brother or sister, whatever it is, so that they can make $25 so that someone else can have a really amazing Christmas. That's what we're doing. So that's the project number 1 for both 3 through 6 and K through 2. And then project number 2 for K through 2 is we're going to make little chains. And what you put on them, we'll have these papers there, and they get to write on them. And they're just going to put ways that they could help serve. So I have things on here like send a kid to soccer camp. That one's pretty good. How about invite a friend to church? Do the dishes. Fill out your God time card. Help your parents clean the house. Like other little things like this, other ways that kids can serve that make sense to them, and we're making a little chain link, and that's in K through 2. The third thing in K through 2 is that we're going to have pennies there, a penny for every kid, and a crayon, and you get to trace, outline the color of the penny, and it just makes a little penny outline there, and we're going to give your money to God because He's the one who can really do something more with our money. Like, what are we going to do? We're going to buy some food. We're going to get a coffee. We're going to buy a new video game. But when we give our money to God, He can do so much more. He can multiply it. He can bless people. There is so much amazing stuff that can happen when we give part of ourselves away. We help heal this world when we give our money, which is something that we want to instill in the kids from a really young age. So be sure to do this activity because it's really awesome. Another thing that we're doing is in the K through 2 is they'll get 4 words. Speech, life, and love. And speech, life, love, and faith. Sorry, left one out. And they get to act out a situation, just a little like charades type thing, act out a situation where that would happen. So like serving with speech, life, love, or faith. So serving with speech, telling someone who's had a really bad day that they look nice. You can serve with love by loving someone at school or doing something nice to someone who other people were really mean to. Things like that. There are ways you can serve with simple things and just acting those out and having a little charade game with the kids in your group, and they'll love it, they'll enjoy it. And then be sure at the end to pray for the kids in Mazatlan and the kids in Bremerton who don't have as much as we do. We live in abundance. If you have a mode of transportation, whether it's your parents' car or a bicycle or anything like that, a mode of transportation, one entire set of clothing, and somewhere that you can not be in the elements, like a house or a shelter of some sort, you're in the top 15% of the wealthy people in the world. So we live in abundance, no matter what we think. If we don't have a job, if we don't have a car, we don't have a driver's license, it doesn't matter. We live in abundance here in America. We want our kids to be able to learn how to give stuff away at a very early age. So 3 through 6. The second activity you guys have, you'll have butcher paper and a pen. I didn't have butcher paper, but I have this little paper, and I put want and got. So like what you want this year and what you got last year. So what you want this year, what you got last year, and then I just wrote some stuff like, maybe they want an Xbox and last year they got an iPod, or maybe they want a jacket this year and last year they got socks. And have them start to talk about the Christmas presents that they got last year. I bet you most of them have broken, fallen apart, they don't use them anymore, got given to Goodwill, threw away, whatever. They don't still use them because when we have possessions, it's not as good as when we give stuff away. So have them just sit there and think about it, and then after that, they can make a list of maybe something, some ways that they can raise money. So some of them would look like doing extra chores. So like doing 5 extra chores for $5 a piece will give you $25. You could sponsor a kid to Mexico like that. Looking at that list that you just made of the things that you want for Christmas, crossing one of them off and saying, you know what, that costs about $25 and I'm going to give that to give a kid in Bremerton some food. Or like selling something they like, doing chores for their brother or sister, things like that. Help them start brainstorming ideas and ways that they get to raise money so that someone else can have what they already do. And then the last activity for 3 through 6 is that they're going to have a ball. And if you're holding the ball, you get to talk. And then when you throw the ball, you say either friend, family, or teacher. Friend, family, or teacher. And you say something that you can do for that individual to tell them how thankful you are when you throw them that ball. So you say, like, teacher, and you throw someone the ball and they catch it and they say, I'm thankful for my teacher because they're teaching me how to read. Whatever. Throw the ball, family, throw it. I'm thankful for my dad because he is able to make money so that we can eat. Throw the ball to someone else. Friend, they catch it. I'm thankful for my friends because I get to hang out with them and it's lots of fun and I love hanging out with my friends. And there you go, that's an activity. And at the end, be sure to pray for those kids in Mazatlan and in Bremerton. Show those kids, the kids in our small groups, how much we care about people who are not yet sitting in our small group. How we're here not for ourselves, but to help heal this world. How to make the world a better place. That's the only reason we're still here. Because if the reason was so that we could find God, we already did that. Why would we still be here? So the point is that people around the world get to hear about Jesus and love him more every day. So, good job. You listened to the very end. The password for today, so if you listen to this entire thing, you're hearing it right now, and you come tell me this password on Sunday, I'll give you a $5 Starbucks card. Let's make the password eunuch. Is this what it was last week? And and we are, last week we learned about the Ethiopian eunuch. So the password is a eunuch. Come tell me eunuch, and you get a $5 Starbucks card. All right, see you guys on Sunday.